Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing great. I am. I will be your host for today. So I can see people joining. Leandy, Dimitrij. That's amazing. I also see Barbara. I see Ayi, Marine, Virginie, Matthew, Benedict, Anais, Israel. I mean, people from everywhere, I guess. Hello, Marjorie. Bonjour. Um, Feel free to share not only the country, but also the city where you are located right now. Leo, where are you located? Tell us. I know Leo is in Southeast Asia right now, but I don't know the exact place. Croatia, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Denmark, Georgia, incredible. Colombo, Sri Lanka, Shiraz. I remember you. Suresnes, Johannesburg, Philippines. Theo is in Nantes. Hello, Theo. The Chris team from Bangkok today. That's amazing, Leo. Enjoy. Malaysia, Helsinki, Germany. It's crazy. I'm always super excited when I see people from all over the world connecting to our webinar. That's amazing. So let's wait for a few minutes before get things started. Um, I will be working with Leo today. Leo is our product marketing manager at Chris. He's been helping us a lot over the past few years. You might have already seen him through some videos available on our YouTube channel. And by the way, if you don't, we have released a super great video last week about the story behind Hugo. And I think it's pretty interesting for everyone's building a product in the AI era. So we shared a lot of, know-how, thoughts, doubts also. So I'm going to share it with you here. And if you want it, well, feel free to have a look. It's about 25 minutes of kind of a documentary, I'd say, that shares um, the story behind Hugo, basically. So everyone that's been involved is sharing a bit of information, and yeah, hopefully you can all leverage this. That's great. So we're 87 people. I'm sure we can reach 100. Oh, I see Guillaume also from Run Motion. Hey, Guillaume, it's good to see you here. If you don't know Run Motion and if you run, uh, go and have a look. Run Motion is your dedicated app for run trainings courses. So it means that like you enter a goal such as 10 kilometers and Run Motion generates a dedicated training calendar based on your objectives and your actual level. So that's great. Really like the app. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. 90 people right now. So we will be speaking about uh, customers, right? The idea is not me speaking about things that you might already know. The idea is to share the numbers behind real success. And trust me, what we're going to share today, that's pretty impressive. Those companies, they're all Chris customers for a few years now. They've been able to embrace AI from day one, at first with Magic Reply, and nowadays with Hugo. And the results are astonishing. Either it is in terms of time saved thanks to AI, because AI answered conversations or automated tasks, but also through more efficient workflows, then the impact has been tremendous. So today I will be speaking about customers. So we and Leo worked on three different customers that have been able to scale customer support without hiring more operators. So I don't know if you remind, but last November, I guess we did an amazing webinar about Emma app. If you don't know Emma app, well, it's a company that's been using Crisp for the past 7 years, and they also enabled AI, but then Hugo on the app, and the number, I mean, the impact of the scale that they've been able to deal with without hiring anyone has been impressive. If you don't remember the numbers, I think that Leo might got them for you, and if not, I can do it right away. Ticket. So yes, I think it's available in this blog article. Oh no, it's not. I'm just sorry. I'm just checking for this one. Yep, blog. Okay, and oh, there we go. Yeah, we spoke about 80% automated conversations. So that's what we saw back in the days with some customers. So there were some interesting testimonials. So this one, I bet. Yeah, thank you very much, Leo. Exactly. So they did like really great. It was impressive. Um, 100 under support, and basically 100% of conversations automated over the weekend. So no more Monday fire, right? When you come back from your weekend and you open the inbox and it's like hell, then that doesn't happen anymore. Yeah, so that's really crazy. And this can happen to you tomorrow. And that's why today we will be speaking about this. So, how to scale customer service without hiring anyone. And today we are very pleased to welcome one of the companies I will be introducing, which is Reedsy. Reedsy is an amazing product made for the book industry. And I think Chris will introduce it better than me, but um, that's a really great product. They've been using Crisp also for a very long time, and they were part of the first wave of AI with Magic Reply. And now they've moved for a month, I guess, on Hugo, and results are interesting. But what's more interesting is how Chris is using AI to improve AI performance, and this is what I think he will share today with you all. So I'm going to share my screen and step into it. Here we go. So basically, if you don't know me, my name is Antoine. You would have guessed that I am French. I'm based out in Nantes with the rest of the crisp sea levels. I'm gonna show you today the reason why scaling headcounts is not the good way of scaling customer support, where you could see the first highest AI impact, how to resolve end-to-end workflows for your customer support, and where human still matters, because there's a reason why Chris is building that AI first customer support solution where AI and human collaborate all together. It's because there's still room for humans, but there's also still room for scale, and that's where we want to bring you to. Right? We are it's not the future, it's today. What is happening right now for companies in customer support, that's right now, that's happening, and this is what you should also embed into your companies. Otherwise you will miss something, either in terms of scalability, of proficiency and efficiency, I would say. So these are things that you should be thinking about now. Either you're a C-level or a customer support manager, and a business ops, you can do things that can like really liberate your team from the burden of repetitive conversations or repetitive tasks. So that was the basic equation, right? The old from the old days. More customers, more support requests, right? Which is normal. You're also evolving upon an audience that's different from the day one, right? You're not targeting that early adopter anymore. You're going broader with people that are maybe less techy and therefore they need more education, which means they need more help. And this is where customer support comes in. That's a key milestone of your product experience. And back in the days, that would mean higher cost because you need to increase the head count. So basically, what you had to do is to hire more people, and that would therefore decrease the scalability of your company because the more conversations, the more people. And this is where things got massive, right? With huge teams being able to deal with, yeah, lots of conversation, but at an always lower cost, always lower revenue and efficiency in terms of financial metrics. But AI brought one thing. I mean, we've been all there for a year now. We've seen those chatbot, right? The scripted chatbot. We were part of this, but we reinvented ourselves, and that's what we're saying, and that's the story we're bringing to you in the YouTube video that I shared with you today, right? Most of your AI not only replies, but it resolves, right, end to end from a message to a task. And this is where the true value of AI agent lies. Not only resolving answering conversation, but also automating tasks. Because this is the true and real value of AI agent is when you connect an AI agent to your internal tools or to third-party solutions that you are using, maybe Stripe, maybe Linear, maybe Jira, or maybe your internal back office, so that AI can trigger specific actions that liberates your team from like boring repetitive ones. Maybe I was speaking with a large media company from France yesterday called Libération, and they are willing to embed Hugo into their product. They've been cursed customer for a very long time, and they told me we do not want to deal with cancellations of subscription, but we do want to automate upgrades. For example, we want to make things easy for the customer. As soon as he starts a chat with Hugo, we want the AI to be able to automatically upgrade the user if he wants it, or there's a lot of things that can be done on that part. That's what I was speaking about, and basically that's what I covered last month, right, in a dedicated webinar also. So I invite you to have a look at it. If you didn't, we can share the recording with you. Simply write it down in the chat, and we will share the conversation. So basically, an AI handles this end to end, right? Repetitive answers, routine conversations, resolving requests. The first two steps, answer repetitive questions and route conversations automatically, they need a bit of work, but that's no code, right? You do not need any technical skills to do so. So anyone in the company right now with what is offered by Crisp can do this today. That's what you got to understand, right? It's not like woozy foozy. It's easy. It's right now. It's there. So after this webinar, you can start automating conversations with no additional cost because AI is embedded into each plan. There's like 25 euros of credits or dollars, depending on where you are in the essential plan. It's also available in the mini plan and in the plus plan. So it just needs a bit of training. And that's the most important thing. You got to make sure the AI is well trained. So you can try it also in the AI agent, right? The playground is made for this. And then the routings. So it's great, right, to automate conversations. But at some point, you got to make sure that if needed, the team can step in and answer the conversation. So you can also route conversations. You have the routings available in the product. And that's what, and that's where also you can improve first response time, right? So what I'm going to share next with a company located in Indonesia is basically what they've done, right? They got like huge amounts of conversation. We're talking about 100,000 conversation per month. So it's a lot. But by like enabling basic automations, you will see the impact it had on first response time. First response time for the humans, right? I'm not speaking about AI first response time, which is easy to improve, right? As soon as you trigger it, then Hugo steps in and he replies conversation, and it's easy. But here, I'm speaking about a huge impact on human first response time because conversations are assigned properly, because conversations are routed to the right teams. And this simple, easy task, they have a real impact on the customer satisfaction score. And then, yes, resolve requests, refund, account updates. Either it is through MCP or through like built-in integrations. We are working on those right now, and this will make your life much easier. So, as a quick reminder, nowadays tools such as Zapier, N8N, or Make, they do provide you with built-in MCP, so you can generate those, connect with Crisp, and then scrap the information all over the different tools that are available on Zapier, N8N, or Make. And once again, it's no code. That's no like complicated skills. It's really easy and it can be done today. I mean, in 2 hours, that can be done. And now let's step into the hard truth, right? Where the numbers don't lie. Um, at first, I want to introduce Chris. And Chris, um, can you please step in? I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Hello.
There you go. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. I'm super pleased to be here with you today. Thank you very much for showing up.
Of
And
course.
yeah, to introduce yourself and tell us maybe a bit about Reedsy.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Chris. I work within the customer support team at Reedsy, which is a company that is basically changing the way that books are being published. We give authors and publishers access to talented professionals and tools, educational content. Um, we have a community of around 1 million authors, around 3,000 freelance professionals, and via that connection, we help them bring more than 15,000 books to market every year. With regards to Crisp itself and Hugo, we've been using Crisp for a number of years. We were excited to get involved in the beta program when you launched Hugo AI. We understood that there was scope to have like a real impact on the way that we delivered support to customers. Um, we understood really that if we built a knowledge base of all of our products and services, that we could utilize Hugo really to manage a lot of that low hanging fruit questions that can
Yep.
be pulled from a database.
Uh-huh.
Um, which in itself then releases more time for our team, to work on what we consider to be more important or time-sensitive issues. The ones that really require a human touch, like project disputes and so on. In terms of our journey so far, we're around 6 weeks in.
Yep.
We're really happy with the results so far. We primarily receive communications from emails and live chats. Um, we only activated Hugo for live chats at this time. It's our biggest time expense for our human agents, so that's what
Uh-huh.
we prioritized to begin with.
Yeah.
So since we activated Hugo early February, we've received over 18,000 conversations.
Yeah,
Of
it's a lot.
those,
Mhm.
about 6,500 were live chats. Um, and our data at the moment shows us that Hugo's resolved 54% of those live chats without any human involvement at all. That kind of
That's
equates out to about 20% of our total workload.
mhm.
Um, Currently, we have 8 customer support agents working with us. So if you do the maths, then Hugo's kind of operating around the equivalent to like 1.6 human agents, right? Around the price of an intern for us. So in terms of the value it's providing to us, it's certainly worthwhile. Uh,
That's very interesting. Also, Chris, I know we had this conversation yesterday, but can you share a bit of how you are improving the AI training with Claude and the different data sources? Because I know in the chat people are asking a lot about Q&A and snippets, and I think you've been able to nail like really interestingly the way you do AI training, but at scale.
yeah. So to begin with, we had to develop, a Q&A base, right? So we had them kind of input into the Crisp system, manually inserting them into the Q&A training section. Ultimately, I realized that it was probably a little better for us to download the sample CSV that you provide in the training section and have our CSV, all of our Q&As within the CSV. That meant, and a separate knowledge base. So we have a separate knowledge base of around 31 pages that we have uploaded into the training section, and that really
Yeah.
acts as a fallback. So when a customer asks a question that's not directly answered via our Q&As, it can pull from the knowledge base that we already have in place there.
Hmm.
So what I've done is I've used the knowledge base and the Q&A files, and then I separately use Claude to ask it questions about how it would answer a question, or how AI would pull information from a document um, in order to improve our resources, and then re-upload it basically back into Crisp.
And so you re-upload it through a CSV file, right? So it's like one line, one question, one answer, and this is how you deal with Q&A management, in fact.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. If I need to make a change, I just make a simple change to the CSV, re-upload it. And Crisp also has the kind of that file management system, so you don't have to delete your previous file and upload a new one. When you upload the new one, it just replaces the old one, which is very helpful. So it's just a couple of clicks to make any updates.
And for example, your data, therefore, it lies within like maybe a Google Sheets or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, I use numbers, but yeah, effectively a Google
Okay.
sheet. Yeah.
And so from Claude, you input those that as a CSV, for example, and you ask like a question, you see how it behaves, then you refine the data. How does it look like on a day-to-day basis?
So, for example, what I'll do is I'll check the automated inbox periodically to see how Hugo is responding to questions.
Uh-huh.
Uh, if I think it's answered something incorrectly, or maybe it needs a tweak or a slight adjustment, I'll um, I'll upload that basically to Claude to say, this is the question the customer asked, this is the response that Hugo provided, these are the Q&As and the knowledge base that I have inserted. How would you improve the documentation to provide this answer instead? So I'm basically asking AI to rewrite the answer that the other AI will provide.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay. So yeah, I think that's a very interesting use case because right now lots of companies are using ChatGPT or Claude within the internal workflows. But Also using it for the tools you use on a day-to-day basis, and AI and data training is really important. um, I think it's pretty smart. Yeah. So I'm curious. Maybe in the chat, people can also share how they are scaling AI training for Hugo, and especially customer support. Would love to hear more about those use cases, because with Leo, we want to build like a dedicated video, like maybe the 5 kind of use cases for Cloud Code and Crisp. And I think there's one we just found thanks to you, Chris. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And in addition, if I may, like I come from this with no experience of having trained AI, right? So
Yep.
my background is in medical and tech support, and now publishing support. So this is brand new to me. So I'm having to kind of learn on the fly how to train an AI chatbot, right? So in addition to the files we just mentioned, I also use it for helping to write the routing rules, the instruction guidelines, and the custom workflows. Um, so, we understand that you can utilize Hugo to find the context of a person's question, and if possible, direct to a custom workflow that we already have set up in place. Um, and so it's been very helpful for basically all use cases
Mhm.
of how Hugo is set up and trained.
Very interesting, by the way. Can you maybe tell us a bit more about the different instructions and routing rules that you've built for Hugo, so just people can understand maybe the number, for example, of instructions you have, and the number of routing rules, sorry, that you have also within Hugo? That would be quite interesting.
Yeah, we have over 30 routing rules at the moment.
Okay.
Um, Most of them are directed to kind of custom workflows, such as updating account information, password reset, details on cancellations and refunds. So the kinds of questions that we get asked a lot, but we don't need a person to answer that every time.
Mhm.
We
And
have
yeah,
oh,
that's just a one question. How have you been able to identify that these use cases could be automated versus maybe others that should be dealt by a human team?
simply through reviewing the the way Hugo has handled previous questions. So it's a lot of review and iteration
Okay.
and kind of analysis of um, if I see that, for example, it's taken Hugo maybe 10 responses to finally get to an answer that it needed. I
Yep.
can I can review that and think, well, actually, I could create a workflow that uses fewer touch points, or gets to the answer quicker, or helps route them in their particular avenue.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's simply creating our own documents with kind of analysis of what we see, and how common those kind of questions are.
Amazing. Maybe there's questions about dedicated to Crisp in the chat. Just let me check. I don't see anyone. Maybe there's polls. Nope.
There's one here. Do I have
Oh
Hugo
yeah.
take over the chat after I route to a specific workflow? Sometimes, um, I might have three different branches at the end of a workflow. Either it's resolved the question, in which case it doesn't need any further input. Um, if they have additional questions, some of them I have them route directly to our support team if it requires more of a human touch, and some of them I'll redirect it back to Hugo, um, because I think that the answer should be in the knowledge base for it to answer. And if it does get to Hugo and still the customer doesn't receive a resolution, it can always then be escalated back to a human again, right?
Yep. That's true. That's great. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. So Peter, it's just maybe because you need a bit of transition. So feel free to get in touch with us throughout the support, and we'll share with you the answer. Chris, do you have a list of everything that was not solved by Hugo? So that's a good question that I can answer. For not for now, it's not possible. But guess what, Benedict? Just this morning, I saw something that is going to resolve this. We are working on it. So basically, there will be a list of things where AI falls down, right, where you go couldn't answer, and it will be linked to your internal knowledge. Either it is a help article or a Q&A. It will show you here is what you should improve, right? And with a simple click, boom, you accept the content modification or you refuse it. And this is where you will see things improving. But this, yes, definitely, it's built in, right? So 100%. Chris, thank you very much for showing up today. Maybe you have something else to share with us?
Just the final kind of piece. Well, what I would mention, I think from when we started, it saved us around 6,000 hours, I think, is what it says in our analytics, which is quite impressive. Our customer satisfaction score is pretty similar for humans to Hugo, which hopefully is an indication of how we've set it up, how we've done a good job of setting it up. And then finally, what we've not really done yet, but that we're going to do next, is tagging conversations with segments and topics for better visibility of what's being asked. And maybe that ties into what you were just mentioning of like, how do we know which questions it hasn't answered correctly? Which will be a huge tool for us to know what we need to work on, right? Not only what do we need to work on in terms of creating questions and answers, but also does it indicate something that's maybe an issue with our product or our services or the way we deliver information on the website? So naturally, like customer support, the purpose of it really, or customer success, is to prevent them getting to you to ask a question. Once you've asked a question, you obviously need to provide an efficient and accurate answer. But this can help us improve things so that maybe they don't need to ask questions in the first place.
Definitely, yeah. As I like to say, a good customer support is a customer support that does not exist. But that's something that's true, isn't true as of today. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing the conversation, Chris. If there's people that want to reach out to you, maybe other Chris customers, would you be happy with us sharing your contact or maybe your LinkedIn profile? Where can we reach out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't really use LinkedIn so much, but
Okay,
you can just email me directly. It's just chris@reedsy.com.
perfect. So I'll share this in the resume and then the follow-up email. So yeah, perfect. Okay, Leo just did it. That's great. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, Chris, and have a very good day.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Bye.
So yeah, I hope you liked it. I did, and I think Chris has really nailed it in terms of automating AI training. So now we're going to move to another testimonial, which is also very impressive. So you'll see. We're talking about a fintech located in Indonesia. For now, we can't share the names, but the results are very impressive. So we started to work with them in an enterprise deal, which means that we are bringing a lot of our knowledge of our time through dedicated meeting and scaled efforts to help them. As I said, they are facing huge inbound of conversations. We're talking about 100,000 of conversations per month, and over a 3 months period after implementing Hugo, and I'm not speaking about like full AI powered conversation, right? AI is just distilled upon some specific cases. For now, it's just powerful routings like intent detection, topic detection, assignment to the right teams. Because their goal was not especially to resolve, it was to route so the team can resolve and help because that's where they want to bring value. And with those simple tricks, right, which are topic detection, intent detection, which are now possible in Hugo, by the way, you implement topic. This topic can therefore display a segment automatically. It's shown in crisp, either in terms of the conversation, but also in the analytics. So it gives you a full view on why customers are getting in touch with you, but also it helps you to build easy and simple routing rules. And you're the impact. So almost 700 conversations being deflected for the past 3 months compared with the previous 3 months. That's impressive, right? And the first response time, which is key when it comes to customer service. It's not the only KPI that companies should look at, but it's one that is important. KPI is vital, but time to resolution is too, right? Because you can have a fast response time, but if you take 3 days to resolve the customer's inquiries, it doesn't make sense. But when it comes to solving like urgent issues, FRT is vital because it gives trust to the customers. And therefore, uh, it's just like going to a shop. When you go to a shop, you can't expect the people in front of you to answer 3 days after you started have a conversation with you. It's the same online, right? I don't know why people are making a difference between dealing with a chat message or a WhatsApp conversation and basically having a conversation over a clothes that you want to buy in your beloved shop in your own city. This is how we should change the mindset of customer support managers and leaders, right? Just to switch from differentiating online conversations and physical conversations. It's like with your friends, also, it's the same. You wouldn't dare, or I hope so, to answer 3 days after they sent you a message or they ask you a question, but like through a cafe or over a beer, I don't know. So, yeah, fintech, as you can see, have had huge and impressive results. Those can be calculated by you, by the way. I don't know if Leo shared this in the chat, but thanks to its work, there's no templates available, custom templates available in the analytics that can be enabled to show you the real impact of AI in your business today, right? And so it's a good way for you first to know where you're starting from, but also to share value to the stakeholders in your company, right? And say, hey, look, this is the impact we got from AI today. And this is for customer service. Look, and just what Chris shared earlier, right? When he said it's about 1.5 FTE saved. That's huge, right? When you go and see your CFO and say, hey, this is what we saved. No, I would love to get that money to improve the customer support experience. I mean, everyone can understand this kind of conversation, and therefore it engages to give more resources to customer support. Okay, so this is a company, an online business. The online business that's been using Chris for a year. Okay, um, not using Chris, sorry, but using AI for a year, and the impact is tremendous, also, right? So 25,000 automated messages on any channel, right? So chat, emails, WhatsApp, I guess Instagram also, and Messenger. 72% automated conversation, right? So that's not a dream anymore. That's the reality. It is happening right now in some businesses. It can happen to you too, right? It's just a matter of implementation and time saving. As Chris said earlier, the magic can't happen from day one. It's just like you do with your teams, right? When you do weekly meetings, you should do weekly meetings with your AI. This is how you should do things, reviewing conversations, looking at what they said, spotting mistakes, and improving throughout the time. Average resolution time is 6 minutes, 2,651 hours saved. So that's basically a year FTE saved, basically. So in France, because that's a French company, that would mean approximately 30,000 euros saved thanks to AI, period. And they're paying 3,000 for Chris per year. So basically, it's it's a 10x it's a 10x ROI over the crisp investment. So that's huge. I mean, when you show that kind of ROI to the marketing team, they would be, wow, 10x. We have never been able to do such a thing. Well, that's possible in customer support. So to copy these strategies, that's how you should do things. I believe that you shouldn't go all in, right, and open it up to each and every topics. You should start small, one use case, two, maybe three easy ones. At first, that's what I'm working with the team at Liberation. I told them, hey, let's work together on identifying the entire set of workflows that we are doing right now as a team, right? What are they? What do they integrate? And then classify them by criticity, right? And then it's a yes or no. Is this automate? Can I automate it or not? 0, 1, 0, 1. Then rank it by criticity and say, okay, I'm going to start with the lowest criticity and the easiest one to automate. And this is how you build your roadmap. And you show this to your team and say, hey, here is what we are going to do with customer support for the next few months. And with the template that Leo has built, you can measure the impact, you can show the results, and grab some more support from your stakeholders in your company. So yes, once again, we're sharing to you the different help articles that have been built to help your root conversations, define behaviors, connect your tools. Um, as again, we are available 24 hours a day, 5 days a week to help you embed this into your workflows too. We do provide like a one-off session for customer success where I come with your team for 30 minutes to understand your use cases. So feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to provide you this and therefore build a roadmap for you for the next 90 days to help you get things right. So yes, now I'm very happy to hear about your question. We're done with this webinar, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Irina, yes, definitely. That's totally possible. Hey, Laura, yes, we will get back to you on this. Oh, can we book one-to-one session? We have been stuck with our new request for weeks. Yes, Peter, definitely. How to install Hugo? How much is Barbara? So it's dynamic. So in each Chris plan, there's a limited number of AI credits available. It's $25 or euros, depending on where you are for essentials, and it's $75 or euros for the plus plan. Um, so Baptiste, no, you will have to transition your actual workflows to the new Hugo. There's a bit of work in this because not everything works as what we used to do, and that's the beauty of it because we are bringing innovation, so not the same. So you will have a bit of transition work to do, but then you can combine workflows for specific use cases with AI, and therefore, if you run out of credits, conversations will be escalated automatically to your support team. Hey, Aaron, I think the best is to get in touch with the support. They will explain this to you. the support team could create some workflow template as a model to help with the setup. Yeah, that's a good idea, Emmanuel. We can do that. I think Leo can take a note about this and design that kind of thing. Definitely, that's a good idea. Yeah, Oren, definitely. Well, in fact, it's being built right now. I just saw the design and how it's working this morning, so it should be live soon. So Rabita, it's easy. You just have to enable the pay as you go. So you uh, pay as you go, not you go. Um, just set a new limit of credits that can be added to your top line, and therefore Hugo will leverage this limit. Yeah. Thank you, Leandy. I'll share this with the team. Thank you. Thank you. So we don't, Peter. We don't have this yet, but those are the things maybe we could think about building. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Christopher. So basically, what Hugo does is to get rid of those tools. So basically, with Hugo, you can answer emails, you can answer also chat, WhatsApp, anything. So the best is really to embed the AI, the knowledge into Crisp to make sure that you get the best answers. Yeah. Will Ego pick up legacy workflows when enabled? Yes, exactly, Shiraz. So it depends on your setup because you will have routing rules. You saw that Chris earlier shared that he had about 20 different workflows that were triggered on specific use cases. That's what you should be doing too. And yes, the workflows are free, which is the beauty of it, right? So you could be running some specific workflows and then also trigger the agent when it's needed. Hey, Glenn, yes, definitely. That's what I shared earlier. Feel free to get in touch with the support team. They will share my calendar and we can start a one-to-one session. Yep. When I start working on it, then things get confusing. How can I learn all this? Hey, Nishant. So, would love to know more about what gets confusing to you. So, Shubham, that's not how it works. Workflows and AI agent working together, not one or another. And at some point, you got to understand that we're not uh, a non-profit organization. So it's normal that you pay for things that you use. and in which you see value. So basically, it's not like paid but then free. It's either you have workflows for specific things which are free, and that's, I think, pretty fair from us. But you also have to pay for Hugo because it gives you time to do things that you don't have to do anymore. So Shubham, that's not how it should work. So the best for you is to get in touch with the support, and we'll provide you with the right help about this. Yeah, Nishant, exactly. And honestly, it doesn't require any coding skills. Yet the workflows can be a bit tricky because it requires a bit of logical reasoning and blocks and everything. So I agree with you. It can be a bit confusing. So feel free to get in touch with the support. Yes, definitely. Yes. And if it is not self-learning, then we help you to improve it. Yeah. Guillaume, I saw your question about Magic Reply, and you simply gotta transition. So feel free to book a session with me, and I'll be happy to share with you the different steps to move from Hugo to move from Magic Reply to Hugo. Yeah. So reach out to the support. The team will guide you through. Yeah. That's There's one free session. Then it's available for yearly customers on the Plus plan. Great. So it's been a pleasure, everyone. I think we can wrap this up unless you still have some more questions. That's amazing, Israel. Thank you very much. I'm really happy. Thank you, Nishant. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Leandy. Thank you, Melina. Yep, Oli, if you want to book a meeting with me, go ahead. I'll be very happy to help you. Thank you, Remy. Emmanuel, it's been a pleasure also. Barbara, thank you for your questions. Baptiste also. Yep. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.